things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Raptors. Off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, Milwaukee, a game and a half out.
And when I look at Toronto, they've been on a tremendous run this season. All the pieces were in place coming into the year, and they haven't missed a beat. Great chemistry, great coaching, and potential to do some great things in the postseason.
Right. They knew teams would be gunning for them night in and night out. That's only fueled their commitment to putting a great product on the floor.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Gasol in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Bucks, the backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. And it's Lopez in at the 5, down low. Now here is Lowry. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. You know, Steve, for teams that are already struggling big time, what's a sign that the ship is going to be difficult to turn the other way and get back on track?
I think, Kevin, body language and obviously what they're saying in the media. There are some teams, you watch them, guys hit a three-point shot, they come to the bench. No one's up clapping, no one's communicating with each other. Those are the teams I think is very hard to turn around.
Outside Gasol. Bangs home the trifecta.
That's how you like to set up a big man for the shot. Gasol just catching it and letting it go.
Giannis outside. Wing shot on the way. And that one, good. Giannis has got his second bucket.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here is Lowry. Gasol passes to Lowry. Clock at 6. Now here's VanVleet. Off target from three-point range. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Count that one. And that's now 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Lowry against Bledsoe. Offensive rebound, Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Great anticipation by Marc Gasol, really known for defensive rebounding, but he did it that time on the offensive glass.
Now here's Giannis. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
Now here's VanVleet, following the miss by Giannis. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. VanVleet with the bucket. Now here's Bledsoe. Six on the shot clock. No good on the shot, so the Raptors will take it the other way. Right side Lowry, pass to VanVleet. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
And here we get a chance to check out the story on Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's coming off an excellent season. 3rd in scoring, 6th in rebounding, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And you only average top 3 in points if you have a particular mindset that you are the guy. Now here's Lopez. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Celtics in Boston. Knocked away. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Kyle Lowry is second.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Here's Anunoby. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Van Vliet. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
And Matthews kicks to Bledsoe. Lopez dishes to Bledsoe. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Kyle Lowry picks one up there. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
And that one misses. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
He hits the second from the line.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Here's Lopez, following the basket by Marc Gasol. Lopez finds Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
So it's the Bucks now. 4-point game. Bledsoe for 3.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly.
Here's Gasol. No good on that one. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Bledsoe passes to Giannis. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. 8 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Matthews. Good.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Lowry against Bledsoe. Five on the clock. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Van Vliet. He had 13 points in the win against Detroit. Here's Anunoby, defended by Middleton. Gasol wide open. He fires, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
Bledsoe outside. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Siakam. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 3 assists now in this one. Siakam against Antetokounmpo. Now here's Van Vliet. Defense right on him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Smitty, I heard this the other day, letting a player stay in the game after his 6th foul, but granting an extra free throw to the other team. What do you think of that?
Kevin, that's crazy. I mean, no way.
I knew you'd say that. I knew you would say that.
I do summer league games, and I watched this 10 fouls. There's no way we could have had that many fouls when I played. We have to keep it at 6 foul, and you're out. The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why: they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
Now here's Giannis. He's got 10.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen. That's how you set the table, and everybody gets to eat.
When you talk about the defensive IQ, Smitty, for the Raptors, where does that reveal itself?
For me, Kevin, their rotations. They are able to send help, double teams, and still recover and get out to shooters.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks, trailing here by 8. Pass to Giannis. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Marc Gasol. He had a strong showing last season. Put up about 13 points per, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Now, here's Siakam. He picked up 30 points in their last win against Detroit.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots. You know, the 5-time All-Star Kyle Lowry has made a career of proving his doubters wrong. You ask me, I think he's still underrated.
And you ask Lowry, he's always felt underestimated. What do people overlook about him?
You know, I think, Kevin, is his defense, first and foremost. He's a top 10 point guard at both ends of the floor. That's what makes him very special. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Korver in for Chris Middleton. And Kyle Lowry drops them both. And we've seen Lowry settling for more perimeter shots in recent years.
I mean, he's always had a great motor, but you have to adapt as you get older. Some back issues starting to creep in, and important for him to stay healthy along the way.
Now Davis. George Hill missing on the 3. They get it back. To the left side wing. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Inside, here's Davis. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Raptors lead by 10.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by Davis. Tipped away. Pass to Hill. Clock at 4. Over Ibaka. And the Bucks miss again.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
Hill against Lowry. Over Hill. Off the left rim and out. Bucks trail by 10. Passes to Lopez. And here is Ilyasova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Hill dishes to Lopez. And Gasol sends it back. And they'll keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Toronto leading by 10. Davis, the pass to Gasol. Davis looking for an opening. Outside Lowry. Trying to get open is Davis. And Kyle Lowry with the three. Lowry's got his third bucket of the night.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by Davis. They need this one. No good from Connaughton.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Here's Powell. Rebounded by Korver.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Here's Hill. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability. There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Connaughton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The shot's good from Lopez.
I'll tell you what, you appreciate Robin Lopez's energy and his toughness.
Lowry against Hill. And Kyle Lowry, good for three. Lowry's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Toronto. Here's Connaughton. In the corner, Ilyasova with it. Over Ibaka. Ilyasova can't hit.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, an athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a two-guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
Brownie's checked in for Pat Connaughton.
One shot.
And Powell, no good on that one. Well, there's on Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Lopez, no luck.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Davis dishes to Lowry. It's stolen by Korver. He kicks to Hill. Shoots over Powell. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. The Raptors out in front, up by 16. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. There are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
The Nigerian way, you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Raptors so far.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Ilyasova out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Hill. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Brown in at the small forward position. Now here is Davis. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. On the wing, Korver, guarded by Powell. Hill looking around, and there's the pass to Lopez. Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high-motion offenses with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch defensively when you have a team always in motion.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
OG Anunoby's checked in for Toronto. And both free throws good for Lopez. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, "A Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole." And Kevin, that's what made him, from Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Lowry against Hill. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. It's stolen by Lowry. Drops in the breakaway layup. Lowry's got 16 points.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Pass to Brown. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Lopez kicks to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Ilyasova passes to Hill. Good work defensively by Lowry. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for the Raptors. And he gets the bucket. He's got 18.
And I like that they're not settling, getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Now here's Ilyasova. Not a lot of room. Now Brown. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Hill. Toronto grabs the miss. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
And facing a squad that poses some challenges. I mean, they beat them in the playoffs, but lost the regular season series.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And Lopez doing whatever he can to get himself to the line.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And just 72% from the line a season ago. Not the greatest of numbers, but there are guys who are far worse off when it comes to free throw shooting.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one drops. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
And he can't hit the second.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Siakam trying to free himself up. That shot off. Bucks trail by 19. Matthews, no one around him. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Looking at the last game for the Bucks, it was a loss to Boston. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Antetokounmpo against Siakam. Antetokounmpo kicks to Lopez. The jump hook. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
Siakam against Matthews. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam.
And now a look at Eric Bledsoe. Good season for him last year. He put in about 16 points a game last year. 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
It's not the monster game that we see for him occasionally, but it's still incredibly impressive.
Now here's Bledsoe. That shot, no good. Van Vliet with it. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And it's the Bucks on the break. Middleton can't get it to go. Siakam up top. Guarded by Bledsoe. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in.
Lopez.
Siakam inside. Giannis is there. Siakam passes to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 5. Here's Anunoby. A 3-pointer off the mark. Bucks trail by 19. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And the basket is good. He's got a chance here for one more at the line.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
One shot.
And Steve, some classic shoe brands making a return to the NBA with updated versions. Smitty, what was your sneaker of choice back in the day?
Kevin, that's funny. I started off with the pumps, the double pumps, and then I ended up with a shell-toe low top. And then now you see all the youngsters now wearing low tops. They used to tell me back in the day, low tops were not good for your ankles. But I didn't really jump that high, so I was okay.
Now here's Powell. He's coming off a 19-point game against Detroit. Passes it to Van Vliet. And the Raptors miss again.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Bledsoe with it. Covered by Van Vliet. Middleton on the wing. 3-pointer. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 4 assists now tonight. Siakam looking around. The pass to Powell. Lopez against Ibaka. Pass to Van Vliet. Can they get it? And again, no good by Toronto. Bucks trail by 13. Now here's Antetokounmpo. 13 points in the game. And Matthews kicks to Middleton. Pass to Giannis. Rebound by the Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
There were some unforced errors, but they also created some mistakes through their intensity on both ends.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. That sends Pascal Siakam to the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Raptors shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
One shot.
Throw good, Siakam.
Well, last season, Pascal Siakam more than doubled his scoring. Dramatic improvement as a shooter from the perimeter and the line.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Now here's Van Vliet, guarded by Bledsoe. Middleton against Siakam. Lopez with the block.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella. I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
So it's Toronto now, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. And again, no good by Toronto. And we've seen his shooting improve. But Siakam also very dangerous off the bounce.
Yeah, reason why, Kevin, he's becoming a great ball handler. They trust him to press the attack and to get into the lane.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
What I love now, Siakam can put the ball on the floor. He wasn't asked to do a lot of that in college, but he never stops improving.
Raptors have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
Marc Gasol's checked in for Toronto. So he comes up empty at the line. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016. Now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
Here's Paul. After Wesley Matthews scored, Gasol. Matthews with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Bledsoe. It's blocked.
And what you like about Siakam as a rim protector, the strong fundamentals, able to affect shots without fouling.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. Here's Connaughton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 6 to shoot. Pulls up on the wing. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 7 rebounds in the game. Van Vliet passes to Ibaka.
The aggressive side of Serge coming through as Serge himself at the rim.
Passes it to Lopez. Trying to find Bledsoe. Gets it to him.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
A nice shot by Gasol. Gasol's got 12 in the game.
Gasol handles himself despite contact, just using his gigantic size to his advantage.
There's the pass to Middleton. They double-team Bledsoe. Ilyasova finds Middleton. Here's Connaughton. Lets it go with a three. And another three for Milwaukee.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
And here is Van Vliet. 6 points for him. Back to Powell. This one for three. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 assists in the game.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it. So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Now here's Van Vliet, guarded by Bledsoe. Siakam against Middleton, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Sterling Brown, he's checked in for the Bucks. Hill comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Davis is checked in for the Raptors. Lowry comes in for Fred Van Vliet. Here's Davis. 4 on the clock. From deep. No good that time. Here's Connaughton. Pass to Lopez. He dishes it to Hill. Back to Lopez. Over Gasol. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Lopez.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We got to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Kyle Lowry had a huge first quarter. He had 18 points, 2 steals, and 2 rebounds. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
The little big man, Kyle Lowry, gives you the toughness, a guy who can make tough shots, a streak shooter. He owned that first half, though.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Kyle Lowry has just been sensational.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, if you want to get into your offense quickly before the defense can set up, creating turnovers is a great way to do it.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Bucks trail by 8. So the Raptors 5 right now. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. Shots good by Bledsoe.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lowry against Bledsoe. Steps back and fires. That one rolling around and rims out.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
Toronto leading by 6. And he banks in the layup.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
Lowry against Bledsoe. Lopez dishes to Middleton. Knocks it loose. Back to Lopez. Outside for Bledsoe. Shoots the 3. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Bucks. 8-point game. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And Siakam throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now here's Bledsoe. 7 points in the game. Middleton outside. Shot clock at 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Ilyasova.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Now here is Lowry. 18 points for him. Pass to Gasol. Fires the 3. VanVleet can't get it to go. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Bledsoe. The shot, no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Siakam. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Bucks trail by 8. Outside Matthews. Kicks it to Ilyasova. Tries again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the line for him here.
Ilyasova taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. A different look for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Lopez. And it's Korver in for Chris Middleton. And both free throws good for Ilyasova.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Anunoby kicks to Siakam. And the rejection by Giannis. Bledsoe for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bledsoe's got 5 points now this quarter.
The gravity of Kyle Korver drawing defenders and finding the open man.
you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 13, and Matthews gets it to go.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
What I like during this run, they paid incredible attention to the details at both ends. That needs to continue.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. He has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. And after winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Here is Bledsoe after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. And Ilyasova kicks to Bledsoe. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Siakam.
Yeah, easy call.
Shooting for Milwaukee.
And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
That's good from Bledsoe. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Anunoby in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And Giannis throws it down.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Tremendous composure on display. When they were down big, they did not panic. They just stuck with the game plan.
Fires top of the key. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Anunoby's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lowry passes to Van Vliet. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Van Vliet's got 10 points.
I love it. Excellent ball movement. Kyle Lowry knowing who to give it to and when.
Bledsoe kicks to Giannis. And Antetokounmpo shoots it in. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Passes it to Van Vliet. Siakam up top. And the rejection by Giannis. Here's Lowry. Bledsoe with the defensive effort.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You have to make it harder for him to score. Deny the ball, even double, whatever it takes to force someone else to beat you.
switches here for the Bucks. Sterling Brown, he's checked in for Corver. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. And then for Toronto, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. Norman Powell comes in for OG Anunoby. Davis is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Now here is Ibaka. Good D by Lopez.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
Hill finds Lopez. Floats it up for Giannis. And Antetokounmpo squeezes it in.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Now Davis. The drive by Lowry. That shot off the mark. Good D by Lopez. Milwaukee leading by 5. Brown with it. This is to Hill.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
For Milwaukee, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Both free throws good from Hill.
George Hill, you know, he's one of the more versatile guards we have in the game. He can defend ones or twos, one of those players who could fit in on any team in the league.
Out to Ibaka to halt the run. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 5 here tonight. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade. You know, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Now, here's Lowry. He's got 20. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When he gets into the lane, Kyle Lowry is so hard to predict, which is why he'll get to the line so often.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. First one falls for him.
In a discussion of great two-way players in this league, sometimes Lowry gets overlooked, and that's a mistake.
The Bucks making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Basket good. Connaughton's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bucks.
Nice dime to the open man. George Hill, more of a combo guard, making things happen right there.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. High post, Davis. Ibaka dishes to Davis. Out to Ibaka. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
And checking out the stats for Brook Lopez, how he performed last season. He was around 12 points a game, just over 2 blocks and 5 rebounds. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by Davis. Here's Giannis. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Raptors trail by 8. Now here's Powell. He has 5. Siakam outside. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Powell. Connaughton passes to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Hill, no good.
Still trying to shoot his way out of this funk. But if it doesn't come within the flow of the offense, the whole team suffers.
Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Aggressive move from Siakam, putting all that length and athleticism to work.
Giannis high post. Powell's there. Now here's Antetokounmpo, guarded by Powell.
Serge Ibaka. That's his second foul. Shooting for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo. At the line for
2. Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Giannis.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Lopez. That one is no good. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. Outside Lowry. 2 points. That one goes. Lowry's got 23.
And if you needed a reminder as to why Lowry's an all-star, check the scoring column.
Lopez kicks to Middleton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Siakam.
And last year, Chris Middleton not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
And so he makes both from the line.
And that puts him right around 90 from the free throw line. Really good work here in the second half.
Lowry against Hill. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Kyle Lowry.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And here is Hill. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Bucks lead by 7.
And Hill very capable with the teardrop. Great touch on those.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. There's Siakam. He's got 11. Good D by Lopez.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll return shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Raptors trail by 7. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's George Hill. And it's Connaughton in it with the shooting guard. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
Most teams now are looking to play with pace. No better way to ignite the break than off a turnover.
Siakam passes to Lowry. The 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
And the pass to Siakam. And it's good for 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
The Raptors making a switch here. Gasol's checked in.
You know, we see every year 1 or 2 guys drafted toward the end of the first round contribute well for their team. But Pascal Siakam has gone well beyond that.
Now here is Hill. Giannis left side. To the inside. Lopez. But they recover it. Antetokounmpo, no good. Raptors trail by 6. In the corner, Powell with it. And the Raptors miss again. Bucks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Davis against Antetokounmpo. Over Davis. And it's Giannis missing.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
Siakam against Lopez. Outside for Lowry. From deep. Rebound, Milwaukee. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
To the middle. Here's Siakam. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
He's a well-coordinated athlete who will outwork you. Siakam hustles up the floor on every possession.
Now here's Giannis. That 3 off the mark. Siakam outside. The 3-pointer no good. Bucks leading by 4. Outside, Antetokounmpo. That one drops for him.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
And the Bucks making a change here. Matthews is checked in. The Raptors also changing it up. OG Anunoby's checked in for Powell, and it's Fred VanVleet in for Davis.
1 shot.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Lowry up top. He's guarded by Hill. Siakam against Antetokounmpo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And just like his brother Powell, Marcus active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
That free throw, no good.
Over a decade in Memphis for Marc Gasol, even played his high school basketball there. Now, a new phase.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. And when you spend as much time in one city as Marc Gasol and mean as much as he did to the Grizzlies franchise in that city of Memphis, you know what, Smitty? It's got to be tough to move on.
I'm sure, Kevin, for both sides. Regardless of what he accomplished moving forward, his jersey is getting retired in Memphis. No question about it.
Here's Anunoby following the basket by Chris Middleton. Pass to Van Vliet. To the paint, looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
The first one falls.
I mean, amazing. Marc was drafted 48th overall, even after his brother Powell was drafted 3rd overall. Might have put a chip on Marc's shoulder.
And so Marc Gasol nails both of them. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Giannis kicks to Middleton. Pass to Hill. Giannis up top, covered by Van Vliet. Clock at 6. Antetokounmpo dishes to Matthews. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Anunoby's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Siakam with it. Matthews covering. Siakam the bounce pass. And again, Toronto no up.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's foul number 2 for him. Gasol against Lopez. Middleton left side. Passes to Hill. 6 on the shot clock. Over Lowry. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Hill's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
Hill, a solid shooter from mid-range. Sometimes that's a shot you have to take.
Here's Van Vliet. No good. Shot missing. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Hill dishes to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here is Lowry. Lays it up and banks it in. Lowry's got 9 points here in the second half.
Lowry is just a ball of muscle out there. He has no problem taking a hit like that and still finishing.
From deep, Giannis. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Giannis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Siakam.
Shooting for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And you really have to like what they're doing at the line in this half. Free throw percentage now up around 92%.
And both free throws good for Giannis.
Tough. He's just so hard to keep off the foul line when he pushes the action. I love his activity here in the second half.
Lowry passes to Siakam. Giannis grabs the miss.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Reason why momentum can flip so quickly. We see it time and time again. Teams giving up big leads.
Toronto calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Our sideline, our reporter David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Gasol. Now, Antetokounmpo. Now the pass to Hill. The tray. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Anunoby's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Here's Siakam. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
It's blocked. Here's Anunoby, defended by Middleton. Van Vliet passes to Gasol. Lets it go from deep. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Bucks leading by 8. Pass to Middleton. Outside Hill. Pass to Matthews. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Raptors. Van Vliet with it. Hill with some nice D. Down low, Gasol with the steal. Fast break Toronto. Up the floor, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Outside Matthews. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Bucks lead by 10. Passes it to Van Vliet. Back to Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. For 3. Hill pulls it in. Hill's got 4 rebounds in this game. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for George Hill.
Eric Bledsoe.
And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Shot clock at 6. Lopez outside. The offensive rebound, and Antetokounmpo shoots it in.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on them now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
You know why? Because this defense is reeling. They had to stop there but couldn't secure the rebound. They're still looking for answers.
Here's Anunoby after the basket by Milwaukee. And the Raptors miss again.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Lopez, good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And the Raptors call time here.
And Coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Taking on the defending champs always adds a little extra meaning to the game. And with the way he's gotten after it tonight, it was clear this one meant a lot to him. Now, here's Siakam. The pass to Anunoby. 6 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot. Fades. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Marc Gasol. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. And another shot. And no good that time. Good D by Siakam. Van Vliet passes to Siakam.
Coming into the league, Siakam's defense was well ahead of his offense. As you can see tonight, that's evened out.
A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Giannis. 1:43 left here in the fourth quarter. Siakam against Antetokounmpo. Pass to Anunoby. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
they can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Inside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. .115 left in the game. Five to shoot. A second chance effort.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Bucks.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Giannis.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Bucket is good, and the Bucks lead by 12.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Siakam kicks to Anunoby. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Siakam against Bledsoe. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence